Jacques Rudolph ended what was a spectacular Royal London One-Day Cup campaign for him by smashing the best score of his one-day career of 169 not out as Glamorgan chased down a target of 329 in 48 overs to beat Sussex Sharks by 7 wickets with 8 balls to spare on a run-filled day and evening at the Brighton and Hove Jobs.com county ground. On what was a belter of a surface, Ed Joyce had no hesitation in batting first, and Luke Wright was soon on his way yet again. He's been in outstanding form of late, and that was in evidence the way he began his latest innings. His first 6 was hit in the 8th over as Michael Hogan was lifted over long on, and his second followed in the 9th with Graham Wagg also being smacked into the distance as Wright dominated an opening stand of 71 in 13 overs with Chris Nash, who was out for 24 as he was adjudged to be LBW to Dean Koska. Wright was at his half-century in over number 14, one made off just 43 balls with 6 fours and 2 sixes, and he was by no means finished yet. He was now joined by Craig Kachopa, and these two started to put their side into a very strong position with a wonderful partnership worth 99 runs in 18 overs. Both picked their shots expertly, working the ball around for 1s and 2s between these important boundaries in what was a dead rubber, neither side being able to qualify for the quarter-finals. Kachopa, impressive again since he joined the county mid-summer, made 45 this time before he missed a whip to leg to be bowled by Andrew Salter. Moments later, Wright completed his first 100 of this campaign off 105 balls, making him the first Sussex batsman to score hundreds in all 3 formats in the same season. New man, 19-year-old Hastings-born Harry Finch was at the other end in his first game of the 50-over season and just his second match in list A cricket. He produced an innings of magic, timing his shots beautifully on both sides of the wicket as he rushed through the numbers after a shower after 33 overs had reduced this game to a 48-over per side contest. Wright wasn't done yet either, a third maximum as Hogan was smashed for 14 off 3 balls at the end of the 39th over, took the batsman into the 120s. He was now trying to hit everything as far as he could, with Hogan surprisingly expensive in what has been a good competition for the paceman. Finch even had the nerve to sweep the Australian over the rope as this pair rapidly added 79 runs in 9 overs, taking the total to 249 in the 41st. But Sussex then lost Wright for a brilliant 127 made off 115 balls. He threw the bat at this delivery and Mark Wallace ran away to complete an important catch. Wright ended the one-day season 50 and 20 overs with an incredible 993 runs. Finch was still there though. 81 runs came off the last 7 overs with the youngster making 92 off just 58 deliveries. Matt Machin hit the 7th maximum of the innings in the penultimate over as the Sharks finished on 323 for 3 from their 48 overs, which according to Duckworth and Lewis gave Glamorgan an imposing target of 329 to get off the same amount. The first over of the reply was a maiden from Lewis Hatchett, who then took an excellent return catch to remove Jim Allenby for 19 with a total on 31 for 1 after 7. Rudolph made a watchful start to his innings but began to open up once he had his eye in. The competition's leading run scorer made it to at least a 50 for the 6th time in 8 innings with his 7th boundary, which took him to his mark of 53 deliveries. And he then really pushed on with a number of 6s as both Machin and Nash were punished to the extreme. The South African needed only 40 balls to move from his half-century to his full one, the 3rd time he got as far as a ton in this competition, one which the left-hander has thoroughly enjoyed. He ended it with 575 runs at an average of 82 and with a strike rate of 84. He'd added 173 runs with Gareth Rees, who'd made a fine 60 off 69 balls when he had a slide mid-pitch to be run out by Joyce, leaving Glamorgan to get 125 off the final 15 overs. Murray Goodwin came in and he sent his first ball from 18-year-old debutant Finn Hudson-Prentice for 6. Glamorgan were still fighting. especially with Rudolph still in and still going strongly, going on to record his best ever score in the one-day arena. Goodwin rolled back the years, hitting hatchet for 4 fours in 1 over to bring the target down to 65 off the last 10 overs. The Welshman suddenly cruising. They're seeing that there was nothing Sussex could do to stop the rampage. Goodwin may be 42 now, but he still has a wonderful eye. A second 6 against his former county took him to his 50 off only 26 balls, and all he was left to do now was to finish off a remarkable chase. Alas for him, he missed a full toss from Yasser Arafat to fall LBW for a 32-ball 59, but Rudolph held firm to take his side home with 8 balls to spare. The opener ended on an extraordinary 169 made off 150 deliveries with 17 fours and 3 sixes, the best score by any batsman in this competition this year, and one which put him 191 runs ahead of anyone else. It was also the best by any Glamorgan player in List A cricket. It was just a shame for him that this 7-wicket win, Glamorgan making 330 for 3 off 46.4 overs, was not enough for his side to go any further. But at least both sides left the tournament with a fantastic game that many will remember for some time.